It was not enough for Donald Trump to just give the worst debate performance on his life or really anyone's life ever. Last night he had to double down on the disaster that was last night's debate by entering the spin room. Yes, Donald Trump decided he would go to the spin room after the debate, a place usually reserved for surrogates of the given campaigns. But Donald Trump's performance was so poor that he had to go in and defend himself, something he clearly could not do on the debate stage last night, as Kamala Harris ripped into him in every which way and so perfectly again and again and again. And when Donald Trump did so, he was confronted by Kathleen Collins. But before we get to do that, if I could quickly ask you to go to you to leave a like on this video and hit that subscribe button, it really goes a long way. Now Donald Trump did get confronted by Kathleen Collins as he was leaving the spin room, but before we get to that, I quickly want to show a clip of him walking in and just how out of it confused he was.
The polls are indicating that we got 90%, 60%, 72%, 71%, and 89%.
Where are you getting these numbers from?
Very good. But beyond the polls, I felt very good. I had a good time doing it. I hate to speak about our country so negatively, but that's what happened. They ruined our country.
For a little bit of contrast, before we get to Donald Trump confronting by Kathleen Collins and the implosion that happens as a result, but let's check out.
Well, you know, we have a lot of work to do, okay? And tonight, I think, highlighted for the American people what's at stake. I started the debate by talking about it, and it became apparent, I think, throughout about an hour and a half, that look, this is very much two different visions for our country. Ours, which is a vision for the future, and his, which is about the past and taking us backward. And as I said on the debate stage, we are not going back. We are not going back. And so we know what we're fighting for.
Just smiling and joyful upon on that stage, a little pep, a little bit dancing it feels like. And why would not you be joyful after giving just a complete destruction of Donald Trump? Talk about prosecuting the case, the prosecutor we have been talking about since Kamala Harris became the nominee, and she showed exactly what we expected, her ability to just rip Donald Trump apart last night. And again, it was not just Kamala Harris. It was a real bad night for Donald Trump when everyone is taking shots at him. That is exactly what happened when CNN's Kathleen Collins confronted Donald Trump about a couple of things, and all of his answers to those questions, they were not great. Let's check it out.
That you took the bait from Kamala Harris tonight. What would you say?
Great debate tonight. This was my best debate. We had a 92% rating in one poll. We had an 86% rating in another. We had 77% in another. We won every one of the polls that came out tonight, and there were quite a few of them.
You were asked if you would veto a national abortion ban, and you did not say yes or no. What is your answer to that?
So all you have to do is check it. It was a perfect answer on abortion, and I've done a great job in that, and I brought our country together. Thank you.
Yes or no?
The polls are indicating that we got 90, 60, 72, 71 and 89 percentage. Where are you getting these numbers from? Very good. Beyond the BS, I felt very good. I had a good time doing it. I had to speak out our country so negatively, but that's what happened. They run our country. This is a man who is clearly unwell. Donald Trump does not belong in the White House. Donald Trump belongs in a home. He is out of it. He is confused. He is rambling. He is wandering. Both his mind, his body don't know where they want to be. Donald Trump has completely lost it, and that debate last night just proved it, especially in contrast not only with Kamala Harris' debate performance but her post-debate performance, which I want to check out.
Who do you think won, by show of hands, former President Trump? Two, I'll give it four, but tentative. Two over there. What about Vice President Harris? More hands. For those of you who thought this debate could be determinative, how many of you have made up your minds based on what you saw tonight on stage in Philadelphia? Raise your hands. All right, I want to ask you why. What did you...
That guy that we saw at the debate, he does not know a thing. Never has, clearly does not know more than ever. In complete cognitive decline, rambling about tariffs and Hannibal Lecters and windmills and dogs and cats now have been added to the list. How could you vote for this guy? Where on the other side of that debate stage we saw a clear vision for the future from Kamala Harris on that day.
Question. The other thing that he brought up, which I was kind of surprised by, I guess I would say, is he brought up this misleading false claim that you yourself have talked about in recent days about Haitian immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, abducting people's pets and eating them, which officials there have said is not true. You yourself acknowledged it may be false on Twitter. You still told people to keep spreading it. But Trump just amplified it to tens of millions of people who were watching. Why push something that's not true?
Well, first of all, city officials have not said it's not true. They've said they don't have all the evidence.
They said they have no evidence.
We've heard from a number of constituents on the ground, Caitlin, who both firsthand and secondhand reports saying this stuff is happening. So they very clearly, meaning the people on the ground dealing with this, think that it is happening. And I think that it's important for journalists to actually get on the ground and uncover this stuff for themselves when you have a lot of people saying, my pets are being abducted, or geese at the city pond are being abducted and slaughtered right in front of us. This is crazy stuff. And again, whether those exact rumors turn out to be mostly true, somewhat true, whatever the case may be, Caitlin, this town has been ravaged by 20,000 migrants coming in. Healthcare costs are up. Housing costs are up. Communicable diseases like HIV and TB have skyrocketed in this small Ohio town. This is what Kamala Harris's border policies have done. And I think it's interesting, Caitlin, that the media didn't care about the carnage wrought by these policies until we turned it into a meme about cats. And that speaks to the media's failure to care about what's going on in these communities. If we have to meme about it to get the media to care, we're going to keep on doing it because the media should care about what's going on.
I saw you say that. I think the media does care about it. I just read a very lengthy report in the New York Times on it. PBS NewsHour did a whole story.
I was struck recently in the last couple of weeks just watching Trump in his normal campaign world, on the stump, in interviews, and he is progressively slowing down. He's progressively not able to really even make his own normal kind of cases that he would make about all sorts of issues, and that was on display tonight.
We are going to continue to talk about on this show every single day. Thanks for tuning into American Political Buzz. If you enjoyed today's insights and reactions, don't forget to hit subscribe button and turn on notification so you never miss up an updates. Share your thoughts, comments below, and join the discussion on the latest in US politics.